Sonya and I'm a global top stylist, and today I have the pleasure of sharing with you two techniques actually. First, a lightning technique called Strand lights, and this is my finished mannequin of Strand lights. And the reason I came up with this technique is it's lightning around the face, but what's unique about it is the guest or the client can really pull their hair back. So I'll just show you here, really tight into a ponytail, as tight as they want to, and you will not get any dark areas showing in the recession area, which is sometimes a common thing that happens. So Strand lights, I'm going to be using Blonde D'Or, and I just wanted you to see the finished look because it's really, really pretty, really soft, and it's something that we're seeing a lot of now in our lightning services, this lightning around the face, and the clients just love it. So let's get started. To start off, it's important to find the natural parting of the guest's hair. So my natural parting for my mannequin is in the center. Secondly, normal size of foils is this wide. So that's the normal width of the foil. I actually cut them in half, so I make them much smaller. So preparing all your tools is very important. So half the size of the foils, find the natural part, and then lastly, do not section the front out. The best way to do this is to actually comb all the hair back, taking the hair back, and then I start off with taking a diagonal section. So a diagonal is at this angle. I'm just going to pull the mannequin closer so you can see, and I take a diagonal section, and that is my starting point. You can start either side you wish, but very important, don't section out the very, very front. Just take out a diagonal section, and then the rest of this hair, just clip back using a clip. Most people like to section off the whole front of the hair, but in this case, that's not necessarily and not part of the technique. Now I'm going to start off with a weave, and it's quite a heavy weave. So you really want to do at least 50% of the hair. So just weaving that section out, and then I'm going to go in with my small foil. I'm actually using 20 volume and Blonde D'Or Plex. You can see that a strong diagonal there. Just going to paint my lightener all the way through. Now you can see this is why I have quite small foils, because if this was a wide foil, the section would go too far back. So the size of the foil is very important. Fold that up. Like to fold it up, actually, you know what, I'll just leave it folded once so you can see. Fold it over. Now, the important part, the second foil. So you can see this is a diagonal. What I like to do is unclip the hair, and with my left hand, which is my non-working hand, I go halfway across this foil. So this is my halfway point, and I'm going to go halfway, and I go up and towards the front. I take that section out, and then I clip back all of the rest of the unwanted hair. So that's my next section. So let's look at it. It's halfway across. I see the halfway point, and I just go up and across. Doing another one, place that in. And I continue doing this. See, it's quite a heavy weave. I'm only leaving a small amount out because I really want this blonde at the front to be nice and bright. I want it to stand out, putting my foil in. Put my Blondor and 20 volume. This is Blondor Plex and 20 volume that I'm using. Work that all the way through. Up to the, fold it up again in half. And then I'm just going to repeat all the way up to the recession area and then go to the other side and do the other side. So I like to do that. I like to do one side and then the other. So you can see how they're starting to lay my foils. My first one, my second one. I'm going to work up to the temple and the same on the other side. As you work up, you can see they're getting staggered. We've only got 4 foils in, and as I get to this temple area, the recession area, this is really, really important. If you can pick up the hair, you need to highlight it. An example is I've got the typical hairline. I have receding hairline, which what most clients have, and all this baby hair that you can see, you actually want to pick that up and highlight it. Now the mannequin doesn't have that baby hair, but this is crucial on both the recession areas here. I have another area here. If you can pick up this hair, please make sure you highlight it. If you can't, after you've put all your foils in, what I like to do is go in with a mascara brush, a disposable mascara brush, dip that into my Blondor and literally just paint the baby hairs while the foils are in, after I put in all my foils. So let's carry on. Just 2 more foils to put in now. So just to repeat, this is my foil. I took my tail comb halfway across and I went up and across. So up and across, and this is my section. Pin all the rest of the hair back. Going in with a good decent weave, at least 50% or even more, depending how light you want the front or how much boldness you want. And you can see I've only got 2 more foils, actually 1 more foil after this left. So it's very, very quick and easy. Putting my Blondor Plex on with 20 volume. And so far I've only done 5 foils and I've got 1 more to do. Make sure we've got that hair saturated. Right up to that edge of that foil. Fold the foil up. And then fold each side. Across. Here we are, and we only have 1 more left, and you can see here it's almost at the very front, so I take my clip out, I put my rat tail comb in, let's turn it, go halfway across of that foil, go up and in towards the hairline, and that is going to be my last section and my last foil, and I'm going to repeat on the other side. Now all the foils are in. You can see it's very quick and easy. It's just 6 foils one side and 6 foils the other, and it can really make a big difference. So let's recap. We started off with step 1. Step 1 is taking a diagonal on the side of the ear. That's the first place that we start. So a diagonal section is your first section, either one side or the other after you've found the natural parting. And then what you do, you go halfway across you put your tail comb in, halfway across the foil, you go up and towards the face. This gives you a sectioning like this, almost like steps. So, hope you like it. Next stage is to colour our mannequin with the wonderful new Colour Touch shades. Now we have our lightning done and the hair is damp, and now we're going to do step 2. Step 2 is using 2 shades of Colour Touch. The first shade I'm going to be using is 8/35, a level 8 gold red. That's mixed with 2 parts 1.9% or 6 volume Colour Touch developer. We're going to start off with our level 8 and going to start off by doing a root retouch all over. Now this root retouch, it's a pretty deep root. It's about 1.5 to 2 inches deep. If the root retouch is too small or too narrow, it doesn't look intentional. I really want the root retouch to look intentional. I want it to look like a root shadow, a proper root shadow. So I'm going to go in my mannequin all the way over and do a 1 to 1.5 inch root retouch. I'm going to do that all over from front to back, and that is using our 8/35 level 8 gold red mixed with 2 parts of Colour Touch emulsion. Now we have our retouch applied, our 8/35 all the way throughout the head, remembering that it's not just a 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch of retouch, it's intentional, like a root shadow, a good 1.5 to 2 inches. Now with the same colour, what we do is I am going to take out a circle on the back part of the head. So tilted back, this circle is going to take in the sort of back part of the crown. I'm going to actually turn my mannequin round in a minute so you can see it. So let's just section that off. Just taking out a semicircle, just like a little hat on the top crown. This is my sectioning, making sure that it goes all the way round. And this is the section of hair that I will be colouring here. So you can see a whole section on the top crown. And what I'm going to be doing is using my 8/35 from my root area out to the mid-lengths and ends, and just apply the same colour. So that's my first starting point. So we've applied our 8/35 to the mid-lengths and ends in a circular pattern. So you can see if I just hold my mannequin like that, it's just a circle from scalp to ends of the 8/35. Now what we're going to do, we are going to take our second colour and 1 inch all the way around that circle. We're now going to apply 9/75, a level 9 brown red violet to the mid-lengths and ends. So from this part of the hair out, because we've already got our 8/35 there. So we're just going to apply our 9/75 from here out. So I've got my 9/75 mixed up, and what I like to do is I use the end of the brush, and I'm just going to take a section all the way around that previous circle. So I have my section here, and I'm just going to be applying the 9/75 from the mid-lengths to the ends working it through. Now the hair is damp because I'm using Colour Touch. Work that through, and then what I do, I just twist it and let it down. Go all the way around that circle and carry on adding my 9-stroke-7-5. This is also mixed with 2 parts of emulsion, Colour Touch emulsion. So 1 part colour and 2 parts of Colour Touch emulsion. Just applying it there, making sure it's really saturated, and then working it through and twisting it into the previous twist that I did before. So we're just going to neatly put all that in, and then I'm going to carry all the way around until I have my second circle applied using my second colour, which is 9-stroke-7-5 from Colour Touch, a level 9 brunette red violet. Now we've had our second colour applied, I'll just lift the mannequin off so you can see. So we just followed it all the way around and we applied our 9-stroke-7-5. So the next colour is back to the level 8, the 8-stroke-3-5. So again, we're going to take that circle and we're going to do another circle around it all the way round using our 8-stroke-3-5. You bring my mannequin in closer. So I like to use the tip of the brush with my section. So I'm just taking my first section at the back here. So this is our level 8. I'm just applying the 8-stroke-3-5, a level 8 gold, red violet, and applying that from that root area out to the mid-lengths and ends. I like to start at the back, make sure it's saturated all the way through, that you've got even coverage. And then I start to twist, and then I trace my brush and I carry on round, all the way round the head. It's almost like a bullseye shape. And once you see the colours all applied, you'll see that it's a great way of applying two colours very quickly on top of our lightning that we did earlier, and then work that all the way through. And it's on dampened hair because Colour Touch is applied to dampen hair. So I'm just going to work all the way round. So now our last section is applying the lightest shade, the 9-stroke-7-5, a level 9 brown red violet, and we are going to apply that to the last remaining section, which is all of the perimeter hair. You want to really leave the perimeter all the way through to be the lightest section, because that's the one around the face. And remember, we did our lightning using our Strand lights all the way around the front hairline, so we want that to be the lightest shade. But remember, we have our 8-stroke-3-5 at the regrowth area because that was the first part we did. So just applying my 9-stroke-7-5 to the mid-lengths and ends of the remaining perimeter hair all the way round. Work that through and twist it back into my remaining hair that is left through here. So here we have our finished application of our Colour Touch colours. You can see here, we started off, let's recap, we started off with the root retouch all over of 8-stroke 3-5, a level 8 gold red violet with 1.9%, double 1.9% or 6 volume. That was applied to the root area. Then we made a circle on the top here. As you can see, there's our circle on the top, and that circle we applied the same color from mid-lengths to ends and then isolated it. The next circular section all the way round, it's about 1.5 inches all the way around that, we applied 9-stroke 7-5, a level 9 brunette red violet through the mid-lengths and ends. Then we went back to our 8-stroke 3-5 through the mid-lengths and ends, and then finally the 9-stroke 7-5 around the whole perimeter of the hair, and that goes all the way around. It's almost like a bullseye, so you can see that. Aesthetically it looks great and the tones are beautiful, and remember, this is on top of our strand lights that we did earlier. So let's see the results. So here are our finished results. Beautiful dimension. You can see those color touch colors really picked up. Only 2 of them there were, remember, and they really picked up well on the strand lights, just to give nice dimension and separation. And I love these new shades from Color Touch. They're so beautiful. They're almost like a pinky rose gold, and results were really fabulous. I'd like to say a huge thank you to Wella Dutch customers and also to the Wella Dutch family. I truly enjoyed sharing my technique of strand lights and our Color Touch toner on top to give this beautiful look. Hope you enjoyed it and look forward to seeing you in person one day.